Hey everyone, this is John O from Veracity with another video, this one on using the error log to determine what is wrong with your data. No slides this time, we're going to just jump right into a demo. So let me pop up my LRS. Okay, so I'll put some links in this video description on how to use some of these components and generate some sample data and use the xAPI lab, which we'll be doing here in this quick demo today. So I'm going to go fast through those things. But again, if it doesn't make sense, check out the description because there's some videos on that will help. Okay, so I'm going to hop over. I'm in this generate data LRS. I'm going to hop over to another tab I have open to xAPI Lab. This is just like a little authoring tool that allows us to create a statement. I'm going to use our little test at testerson.com made up person whose name we'll say is Testerson. Okay, great. And then honestly, I'm just going to leave the rest of this stuff as default. And if you scroll way down to the bottom, you can see the resulting xAPI statement that will be sent. And if I click the send statement button, you'll notice here we got the ID back and that all worked. I have it open in another tab, but if you were to go to xAPI data and statements and refresh this, you'll see Testerson answered the example activity from 11 seconds ago. So that worked. That's great. You might build some content and it sends some data and it shows right up here in the statement viewer and you can look at it and it's great. But what happens if it doesn't show up? So I'm going to go back to lab and I'm just going to kind of go right here into the raw data and make some changes. I know that when you're using an mbox as part of an actor, that this has to have a specific email format. And I'm just going to make it Testerson. I know that's not right. What's interesting is it's valid JSON. If I click this, no problems, no errors. When I send the statement, you'll notice I don't get another ID down here. And I get a message back that tells me that, hey, this didn't work. Now, in your content, you may or may not, keep that message around, so you might not see it. So, a lot of people will come right here into the statement viewer. They'll refresh. And look, I have no data from a few seconds ago. Well, what happened? Well, I can click on this logs down here. And it will take me to the logs. And you can see we have an item in here from 30 seconds ago, around 30 seconds. And I can open it up and see some additional details. In this case, statement.actor is not, specifically to this format. And the specifics are the actor mbox does not conform to the mbox format. So yeah, you still have to know a little bit about it. You know that this has to be an email address. But if this were an email address, this would work just like we showed before. Let's break it in a couple other ways. I go back into xAPI lab. Let me actually refresh this. We'll do our test at testerson.com. On Testerson again. And again, we'll scroll down to the bottom and you can see now we have our valid mbox, which is kind of the mail to : and a valid email address. But let's break the verb. Let's say that when we were typing the display, we accidentally hit an extra Y on display. Do the same thing, send the statement. Uh-oh, no ID. So we know this didn't work. Back over into the logs and just refresh this page. You'll see we have another entry from 9 seconds ago. We can open this up. Same type of error message here. This time it's the statement.verb additional property display with 2 Y's exists, but it's not allowed. So that points us in the right direction. If we were to go back into this and change it to just display, and now send the statement, you'll see we get the ID. And if I were to quickly go into the statement viewer and refresh, now you can see 7 seconds ago that worked as expected. Let's break it one more way. Okay, so now this is all working again. And in this case, let's just, let's add something that's not supposed to be in here at all, not even a typo. We'll just call it new thing. And we'll make it : stuff and a comma. Again, this is, valid JSON. There's no problem with the actual data format. It's just not valid xAPI. So when I send that statement, we'll get no additional ID here. If we pop over into the logs again and refresh this page, this time we'll see we have now our third error from 10 seconds ago. And just like the others, we can see here that there's additional property, that's new thing that we put in there, and it's not allowed. So you see that often we have folks that go right into the statement viewer, and when they don't see the statement here, they don't know where to turn to look to find the answer. And that answer is right under the xAPI data logs. And it takes a little bit of learning, it takes a little bit of learning how to read the message and understanding what needs to go in these. But in general, the information is there for you in order to debug your content. All right, so I think that is going to be it for the video today. Thanks for watching and have a good one.